Hey guys, it's Autumn here, and welcome to this Monday's video. I apologize for the quality of this video. I know it's not like a piece I would normally put up. This is actually a smaller practice piece that I was working on. But I was out of town Monday I had my driving test last week, and Wednesday and Thursday I was out of town in Boston for the Jacksepticeye How Do We Get Here tour. I went to go see that with my brother and my mother, and it was really, really fun. And we also went to the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, which was incredible. They had an M.C. Escher exhibit. If you don't know who he is extremely popular for his tessellations, reflections, like all of his work is incredible. And if you haven't seen it before, I would genuinely consider looking it up. He's one of my favorite artists. So that's why this is the way it is. You'll also notice the skirt and the hair were painted not in this video. I painted them while we were at a hotel waiting to go to the show. So the colors are a bit different because I was using water brushes. So it tends to dilute the paint a little bit more, so it's not how I normally would paint. So that's why the title of this video, at least assuming that's what I'm going to still title it, is Saving a Watercolor Painting. Is because the colors on this are not at all how I wanted them to be. They came out very desaturated, very watery. So I went back over the skirt and I painted the top of this a very desaturated purple, so it kind of matched and didn't draw away from the skirt. The hair I kind of wish I'd repainted, but I don't think I actually ended up doing that. And I added detail to the skirt and a bunch of other things, but the purpose of this piece was just kind of keep in practice while I was gone, because I hadn't been drawing a whole bunch. I'm actually preparing a much more, I don't know if important's the word to use for it, but a more detail-based, gonna take me a long time to work on painting, that I hopefully will have done by next Monday, based upon when my new camera will be here. I know I keep saying I'm waiting for the new camera, but I'm genuinely still waiting for it. It should be here by the end of this week, if not the end of this week, the beginning of next, which will be a while, but hopefully I'll have it so I can do the video I'm hoping to do by either next Friday or next Monday, or even the following Monday. But I promise you that video will be well worth these not 100% pieces. I'm hoping my next one is a little bit better, but you know, I have to make do with what I have. This is also the first video that I've recorded on my new desk, so that was a bit of a learning curve because of the size of the desk. It's not as easy to set everything up. I have to adjust where everything is, make sure certain things don't come in a frame, or you can't see certain things outside a frame that won't really have to do with the video. So like before, actually it cut out my mixing because my phone was sitting a bit lower than it normally is, so I'll fix that for the next video. The skin color for this one actually came out very orange in the actual painting. It could have been a bit more of a pinky peach color, but it doesn't show up as poorly on camera. Another thing I wish I'd redone is the eyes. The eyes aren't even, actually. That's probably at the fault of where I was sitting when I was doing this in the hotel. I was sitting at a really low desk, and I tend to like to draw when things are higher up or at an angle, which is why I got a drafting table, which I don't know if I've mentioned. I probably mentioned it, but I did get a drafting table for my birthday, which is what I'm using now. So her face is actually more even, but it's not drawn in a style I would normally draw it in, so that's why it looks a bit different. I'm also trying to create smooth shadows, but it was not working when I was working on this. So you'll also see that I kind of took cut corners. I just put down blobs of paint on her ears to indicate the shadows, and I wish I hadn't done that. This is where I do the detailing on the skirt. It's just kind of white paint speckled on with my fan brush because I didn't like how bland it was. I actually went back in after I was done filming, and I realized, okay, well, this is kind of plain. Let me change some things. Let me fix it so it's not as plain looking. So you won't see it, but when it goes from the pan into the final picture, there is silver earrings and silver around her collar. I took the idea, I believe I was watching, who was I watching when I was doing that? I want to say I was watching Drawing with Waffles, and she did some nice detailing work, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. Another thing I was not very satisfied with was I kept making mistakes when I was working on her eyeliner and her eyelashes. So the one closest to you is thicker. It's not because of perception. And I put a drop of black on her accidentally. So I had to go back and thicken the other eye. The line for her mouth was thicker than I wanted it to be. The paint was still wet for her ears when I went to go do that, so I messed up that. Like, a lot of things just did not go the way I wanted it to with this piece. But I still wanted to upload it because I felt like it's not the worst showing of my capabilities, and to show that, okay, every piece you make isn't going to be perfect. I know I say that very often when I'm saying what I don't like about a painting, but I don't say it to make myself feel better. I say it because I can see what I did wrong, and I can adjust for it in my next piece. I can change what I did that I didn't like in my next painting, in my next drawing, in my next sketch even. So, I didn't like the line work. There's many things that I wish I had done differently in this, but again, you learn as you go. And I know for certain I am still learning. So that's all I really have to say on this piece. Friday's video I hope is going to be a little bit better quality, or at least a better drawing. But until then, I will leave you guys with the music, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone! Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure to check out another one over there, and if you want to see the full playlist for this series, check out over here. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone!